Rob, answer this phone, man. Answer this phone, bro. I need to talk to you for a minute. Hello. What up? I just need to talk to you for a minute. What's up, man?
Hey, welcome back to Base Talks. We're back, and we're back with Jason Militant.
Once again.
Once again, eh?
Yeah, once again. Three times is a charm.
What is it?
3 times a charm.
Yeah, this is the third time.
It's the
third time. We had a lot of views last time you were here. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was a lot for me, a lot for Base Talks, you know.
Okay.
We're up around 2,900 views. That's good. I mean, I'm appreciative of that. I appreciate everybody that's, watched us and got something from it. I hope they got something from it.
Oh, I would hope so.
Yeah, you poured out a lot. You shared a lot. Let's talk about your interview and my interview, because you watched mine, right?
That's right. Yes.
And I was part of yours, and I watched it several times too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I picked up so many things. I picked up how elegant and how you can talk, and some of the words you were using, I didn't even know what they mean. I had to research them words. This guy knows what he's talking about. Yeah. But it shows your intelligence, and being the intelligent man you are, we're gonna have another intelligent conversation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I look forward to it.
So how are you, Jason? How are you today?
I'm good, Rob. I'm good and getting better, man. I'm good and getting better.
You like to say that, eh? Good and getting better.
I like to believe it when I say it, right? Or I won't say it, right? I would say I'm okay or not so well, right? But, yeah, I'm good and getting better, man.
We did the interview, and what was the response on your end? What did...
Anything direct feedback come directly to me, come via telephone, all positive. Mm-hmm. Anything direct, like right in my presence, how we are, positive, very positive. I did more listening than talking as far as what feedback came, but a lot of people from a lot of different places, even that I didn't expect to hear from, I didn't think I would hear from. They said that what they received from the conversation. So,
okay. So they got something out of it.
Yes, and
anybody say what exactly they got out of it?
Yes, some guys said that. A lot of them said the one common theme was more men should have the same conversations, whether on camera, off camera. Kind of like man talk, base talk. It's a good format to have a healthy, intelligent conversations about some awkward matters, and that male bravado that men don't cry, and we'd rather sit to the bar and drink our sorrows away versus try to have a dialogue, a back and forth.
Mm. We talked it up, man, and you shared. You said people reached out and gave positive feedback, mm-hmm. and that's good.
There was some negative, but moreover, positive.
There was some negative. Did that come from friends, family, strangers?
Definitely not strangers at all. I think more in my community. Some family members didn't reach me at all. But
didn't reach you? What do you mean? Didn't get it?
They didn't ever speak of to me what they discussed. They discussed it moreover by themselves, amongst themselves. Mm-hmm. But a lot said it was our vocabulary, me or yourself both.
Why you think they didn't discuss with you? You said a lot of stuff there that maybe some of your family didn't know. Did anybody say, Jason, I'm sorry that happened to you? We didn't know some of that stuff? Did you get any feedback like that?
My children, Jasona, 15, Jackson, 11, very, very happy and proud. My stepchildren that I'd helped raise, some of them older, no longer in that home, but still the same community, very, very happy. Some things they knew, but they didn't know the intricacies, the working parts. So they were very delighted. So a lot of their friends.
So your kids watched it and got a better feel for their dad,
Yes.
and they weren't. It didn't upset them. They were
Yeah.
pleased. They were to know
Very
more
happy.
about you too.
Yeah.
So that was a good thing.
And my daughter, she's very knowing, and she said, "Dad, there were some questions I knew, and when he asked, I was very not nervous that something bad, but I wasn't sure what you would say, but you really do have some emotional intelligence." I said, "Well, maybe I get a lot of that from you, Jay and Jackson, because they are, and Jaden, my greatest motivating factor for change, right?" So they got it. That was pleasing. And the people who mattered to me most, they got it. That was very pleasing. Yeah.
Yeah, even framed some of the conversation so that we didn't hurt some people that may be already hurting from their own traumas, and we reframed some questions so I could get an answer from you of how you were feeling about certain things. And I know from talking to you, and right now we're sitting here, we're doing base talks. We're in the room, nobody else is in here.
That's it.
We set the cameras up today, and we decided we were just going to come in and just have a conversation.
Yeah.
We're just going to have a conversation. We talk on the phone all the time. There's with the cameras here, it makes it a little bit different. But with nobody else in here, we can block out the cameras, and we're going to have that man-to-man conversation. And we're going to talk about things that bother us, and whether they bother us because it's in us or they're bothering us to other people who are doing it. We have no intention of mentioning anybody's name, but we're still getting to know Jason, and I'm always willing to share parts of myself. I'm sure a lot of my family know about some of my stuff that I talked about, but they've never talked about it with me.
How did people react to your own story?
Video?
Yeah, even how you conducted mine. I got to ask you that because what I felt from the onset, even into now, is that you made it very safe and you had a very elegant, niche approach to what you were doing. You didn't mean to offend, and you certainly didn't anybody at any time. And I watched your other interviews, and I thought, man, this guy is just authentic, very bright, and you speak with intention.
Yeah.
You know if your words are building up or tearing down. And that's even away from cameras and phones, right?
Yeah.
So
we don't intend, and I definitely don't intend to tear anybody down. But there was a time that I was planning to tear a lot of people down. But those really came out when I started remembering, especially when I got the liquor in me and stuff, and got around certain people and start observing their movements, and I started seeing these people ain't really changed, and that would make me want to, attack, want to get some kind of revenge. But today, I'm over that. So if I'm going to talk about anything that I went through, is to share, so someone that's right there right now can know that there's a way to deal with that. The problem is not going to go away, but how you deal with it can make it better for today and for tomorrow. That problem happened. The things that happen in our life happen. We can't unchange them. It would be nice if the people that did us harm, whether it's physical or mental, or would say sorry and mean it. But sorry to me, I got my friend. He's no longer here. He died of a heart attack.
my condolences.
Yeah, you would know him.
Okay.
You definitely would know him. He died of a heart attack, heart condition. But before all that happened, and I talked about it in my last video, he was the one that threw that party for me when I came home from jail. And when I attacked the guy that had violated, the person that violated me. But in that party, he got hurt. The guy that threw the party for me.
Okay.
And I was the one that hurt him because he come to see why was I so riled up and why was I fighting. He come to help me, and I ended up hurting him, and he went to the hospital.
Wow.
But I didn't hurt him out of any that we had a problem. but my mind was so messed up is that I just it was just an attack mood. But that guy showed me love and forgiveness. You know, when he was in the hospital because of my hands, I went to see him. I was so embarrassed and so humiliated within myself that I couldn't go in the room. I seen him laying there in the bed, and I went in. I know he seen me, but I just took off. I waited for him to come home with the hospital, and when he was home, I went shopping and spent a whole bunch of money on all these designer clothes, nice clothes, jeans, sweater, and stuff. When I went in the house and I gave it to him, and I said sorry and everything. I love you, and I wish that never happened. And then we started talking about the reasons why I was attacking this other guy. You know, he told me, if I'm sorry, we'll see. So I never knew what that meant. He said to me, if you're sorry, we'll see. It wasn't until like over a year or so, even a couple years later, I'm driving up a local road here, and it hit me what sorry meant. Sorry came to me that day meant I won't not only hurt the person that I said sorry to again, I won't hurt anybody. And I got it.
A moment of clarity.
Now, it took me a while to start living up to that. And today I'm still trying to live up to that. Not hurt people, even people that even deserve to be hurt sometimes. You would think they deserve to be hurt because they've hurt you somehow. So I'm trying to live up to what sorry means for me in that situation. You know, it's not about hurting other people no more. It's about having these conversations and letting somebody know, yeah, you're having a hard time. But if you live through it, and if the sun comes up tomorrow, hey, keep going. You know, it's not gonna be as bad as you keep going. You know, everything that happens to us seems so terrible at the time it happens, but if you stick with it, it gets better. It really does. It seems like it's not when it happens, but that forgiveness that he gave me, I'm still living up to it. What sorry means? Sorry means I won't hurt nobody.
Has he told you? Well, he can't tell you no. Okay, no. But had he known before he left that you were living inside of your?
Yeah, before the day he actually died, he called me and said he was in the hospital. Was I coming to see him? I said I was heading out of town. I had the excavator on back of a truck. I was going to do a job. I said, but you'll be all right. I'll see you when I get back. He said, so you're not gonna come? I said, no, man, I gotta go do this job, but I'll be there later. I'll see you later. And he said, okay. And we had a couple more words, and next phone call I got was that he passed. So he knew.
Did he think at this point of time you're talking about, did he think that you were living up to your words as far as being sorry?
I would say I don't know.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't know what he thought I was living up to that, but I know that I was trying to do. Oftentimes in my life, I was trying to do better, you know. But I still kept people around me that were dibbling and dabbling in that, you know. And even that gentleman had his preferences, had his lifestyle, right? So, and that was around him. So things weren't all together, you know, perfect. Things aren't all together perfect now. But yeah, he's someone that I think about often.
If he could, what do you think he would say right now about your having been sorry and keeping your promise to be sorry?
I think he really liked Emma.
Okay.
He really liked Emma. He would be pleased that and he liked Shauna too, because he knew her too. He would be really pleased that I settled down a lot. He would be really pleased that I'm spending more time with my kids and kept my business going and don't have any charges. He would be really pleased with me, even though his life probably wouldn't be fully changed.
Okay.
He actually cared about me.
Okay.
But he was the kind of guy that was stuck in his own ways, and he was gonna do his thing until he didn't do it no more. So.
See, I asked that a little bit because I believe, and I don't mind being wrong if I'm wrong, but I'm going to say it, brother, I believe sorry is repentance I believe repentance is change. And out of the word repentance, that's where in some religion you would serve penance. That's where the word penitentiary derives from, serving penance. So repentance to God most, or to repent to a man in a booth in some religion, you're confessing your sin, and your sin should change by action, not just the word, I'm sorry. And I know for myself, many a times I meant to do things wrong. And I'm not saying it was right. I was really, really wrong in thinking this way. But people would say, well, why won't you say sorry for what you did? And I said, because I meant to do it. So how can I really be sorry for something I meant to do? But I then grew, and in growing, I didn't have to resign and be restricted to that one, I'm sorry. Because I understood, like yourself, with sorry comes change. Change is by action, not by words.
I don't get to see. I haven't seen that a lot. I have people say sorry to me, like the gentleman that was messing with me when we were younger. He said sorry, but I still know who he is, and I still see him around. I haven't seen a whole lot of change.
Okay.
I've heard things that he's trying to do, but I hope he's not trying to prove anything to somebody else that he's changed. I would hope he would look within himself and really be trying to do it for himself.
I know the word gets used in vain a lot. Sorry. Just like I love you. So it's so many times used in vain.
So why say sorry to somebody if you're not really gonna attempt to be sorry?
That's right, because
show
then you're
it.
going to be sorry again next week for,
Is it just guilt?
yeah. Or sorry you got caught.
Yeah, I've been sorry with that, with relationships and stuff. But I was never really sorry. I was just sorry I got caught. But in this case, and that gentleman, he hadn't got caught of anything, and only me and him really know what, I don't say his name, but I've seen a lot of stuff he's went through in his life, and a lot of things I feel sorry for him. Because it has to be some things that he's dealt with that he hasn't had. He might have been to counseling. He might have talked to some minister somewhere. I don't know. But had he sit down with a real man and got this stuff out, or a real woman that could see what he was dealing with and meet him there? I find lots of times when you're confused and you sit down and talk to people, you try to convince them that you're okay. You try to say things that they're going to approve of, that you're going to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to church now. I'm doing all this. I'm getting baptized. You start saying all these things that you think will, please them. They think, oh, yeah, he's going to make a change. So, but really, it's all game that you're playing with yourself. Because if you're not really ever ready to change, then no change is going to come. What do you know about change, Jason? You've been working on stuff,
I think for me, I think of it like this. If with change comes a sacrifice. So when you ask somebody, if somebody asks me, what do you not want? What do you not like? I can be very specific. I don't like A, B, C, D, and I can tell you all the reasons why I don't like that. Then they say, what do you want? What do you like? Then I would use a term like, I want to be happy. And then they dig a little deeper. Well, happy is a very broad term. Let's be specific about what you do like, what you do want, like you be specific about what you don't want. Then it become harder to do, for me to do. Then I started doing it. Well, what do I want? What am I willing to sacrifice in order to get what I want? How much of what I really want can I really get?
Just to keep going there. I like how you said that. What are you willing to sacrifice, not who you're willing to sacrifice. So what you're willing to give up that, you feel you need. So I like that. What are you willing to sacrifice? Most of us want to sacrifice somebody else so we can get ahead.
That's right.
But what are we willing to sacrifice that we're going to lose?
What I've been willing to sacrifice is my pride, my ego, my reputation. because sometimes that's all I had.
Right.
You know, I'm willing to sacrifice any monetary gain. I'm willing to sacrifice people, places, and things that I understand really aren't good for me. And it's not because I'm afraid. It's because I really understand now, not just what I was doing in my life, I understand why I was doing it.
So why did it take now that you have an eye condition that's getting a little worse, and you're older? Why did it take now for you to understand? But it just, did life kind of force you to be the man you want to be, or are you really accepting it and the change is really there because you want it this time?
The change is really there because I want it. And I believe
But those things helped, though.
Yeah, they did. They did. They helped.
They slowed you down.
That's right. Yeah. And in that quiet time, in that slow down, is when I had some of my most clearest thoughts.
Okay.
Because there was no distractions. I either become my greatest distraction, or I could sit still. And I had people help me to learn this, right? Like I had a master miller. He was a good trainer, but he just didn't train me to some arts. And he'd watch me and pay attention, and he learned me things outside of the gym about life. And then I had other good people come into my path in different sequences, though. They weren't all from psychiatry or mental health or from this, that, and the third as a vocation or job. Some of them, it was no part of their job to help me. Some of them didn't even know how they were helping me. But my being curious and intuitive lent a lot to it, because I would see things, understand things.
See things they're doing.
Yeah, and things they were saying that they weren't maybe aware how profound the words. They probably didn't even think I received it. So now when I tell those individuals of what they said and what it meant to me when they said it, they're like, wow, I don't even remember saying that to you. But thanks anyways, right?
These conversations we're having, man, I want people, young people, 19, 20, 18, 17, to start to get some of this stuff now. Because you don't have to wait till you're 50, 60 to understand.
Please don't.
You can take the wisdom of somebody that lived it and add it to your life at 17, at 18,
That's right.
at whatever age that you grab it and you know that you want to go live a life. Like, people can actually say, shit, why want to go to jail? Well, Jason talked about if you go to certain prison, well, you ain't liked. So, and because of your skin, do you really want to go there? You want to deal with all that? You want to go back and deal with a race thing because you're in jail? Like, do you want to deal with the fact of being locked in SAG? You want to deal with the fact that maybe someone's trying to screw you, rape you in jail?
You know what's even worse, Rob? Because we both know that experience. Giving up governance of your whole life to a system.
Yeah.
Governance of your whole very being. When to go to bed, when to wake up,
What's for
what
supper?
to wear, what not to wear, what's for supper. They have governance over your whole life. And when you're going out the door, they're telling you, see you when you get back.
Yeah, that does
I
happen.
know.
It does happen. And then when you come in, the humiliating things, when you come in, you got to bend over. And some of the man is looking up your ass, telling you to cough. If he's not happy with your cough, telling you to cough again, cough harder.
I've never showered around other men. I won't, and I never liked that bending. So that bending got me maxed or separated to SAG anyways.
Oh, you wouldn't do it?
Right, no, I'm not doing it. I ain't bending over and showing myself.
Did you have something suitcased up there?
No, there's maybe because of my sexual abuse things in my past.
Oh, okay.
And I had them work through them, and I'm like, I'm not bending.
And they guards wouldn't have even thought it was because anything sexual.
Mm-hmm.
They would have thought that you were carrying a package
Yeah,
and didn't want to. So they would probably dry sell you
that's what they
and,
did.
and see if you're going to shit it out.
Yeah, and I would let them go through the motions, but I still ain't bending. Because it flashed me back.
I don't mean to laugh. I don't mean to
No,
laugh.
I mean we can,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's real, right? And it's not, you're not laughing because it's funny. It's the
Yeah.
truth that tickles, right?
Right.
But you know, I could be there, and he doesn't know I'm flashing back, or the staffers, they don't know I'm having a flashback, or I'm digressing, or I'm doing this in the name of this is not going to hurt me. I'm big Jason protecting that little Jason. Had nobody to protect him. I'm not bending.
You know, been put in some of those situations
Mm-hmm.
from guards, from people that claim they have rights over you now.
It's protocol.
Think they have
it's
rights
policy. That's right.
over you. Yeah. So there's a lot to be learned. There's a lot to be heard. But even if we sit down all day, if we come, you had this scenario the other day about we were talking on the phone. Right, the government, if they gave you all this money and they said, Robert, put this program together, and so we can help all these young people, girls, guys, whatever. And I said, Jason, yeah, even if they gave the money, even if we had the money to do that, the people have to be ready. You can't we can talk all we want. We can't make someone be ready to hear this information. But for the person that's sitting there right now,
That can hear it.
can hear?
receive it.
please hear. You know, get something out of this. Find us funny, but at the end of the day, find us educational, truthful stuff that you can take and use in your life. You know, Jason, he's still a big guy. I had a guy I was talking to just the other day. He said how nice you look, in a nice way, nice and big you look on the camera. I said, yeah, and that was good coming from him,
Yeah,
right? Because
sure.
you don't always have something nice to say about
Yeah.
somebody. So to hear him say something nice about you, that was pretty. So I said, you watched the whole thing? He said, yeah, I watched the whole thing. And even knowing that he watched the whole thing, I know that was a good message. Somebody's getting something out of it.
I could say this, Rob, about the message too. I had a lot of the same thing echoed. People said, you know, I don't know how anybody else received it. I know how me and the people I conversate with received it. And it's from Vancouver, Montreal, Toronto, places I lived. They said, if anybody found something bad in what you guys were doing and saying, they must have a confirmational bias, something to where they can't get past the fact of their bias towards you, Jason, or Robert, because they don't know the cameraman or anybody else involved. So they would have had to have a bias.
Many people have tried to do something like this. I know a lot of them. And I've been in meetings with them, and I sit around and listen to their ideas and stuff. But the one thing that they never really had was the actual experience. They just had an idea that they want to help people and they want to do this. But they were doing it from maybe love, maybe a need to see something they want to change in the community. But they didn't have the proof that they knew what they were talking about because they hadn't been through it. And being through something means a lot.
There's no substitute for experience, right?
And not that we want to keep experience crap.
That's right. We're experiencing something new.
Lots of times it was crap, but those crappy experiences we've had can be something new and enlightening to somebody else to hear today. And that makes me a little bit happy, man. That makes me happy about that.
That makes me a lot happy, brother, because I know you, right? And I've known you for some time, and I'm very, very proud of you and what you're doing here. And if it only reaches one person, then so be it, because I know that's what you're in it for. To reach people and have them not go down the roads we've gone down, or to try to bring forth a new understanding, a new experience inside of a whole mess of things that are relatable to us. We maybe not have some answers or all the answers, but we're willing to sacrifice our privacies, our
And pride.
your prides.
Yeah.
And yeah, man.
Before I put my video out, my daughter helps me with it, and she had a clipping from Snapchat or Facebook when I was knocked out, and that from that incident going in the bar.
Okay.
She still had that video. I'm like, I don't know why you got that video, but she still had that video, and she called me and she said, "Dad, can I put that up when we're promoting the video?" But I did decide to let her put it up. But before I let her put it up, I called my sons. I said, "You guys, I'm going to promote my video, but this clip's going to be up of it with me laying on the ground. And you're going to be okay with that." That's what I was worried about. I wasn't worried about people seeing me laying there.
That's right.
I was worried about if this is going to have a negative effect on my children. Seeing, because, like I said, my brother's King Kong. I'm King Kong to my son. At the end of the day, they said, "Dad, that what you want to do, if you're okay with it, we're okay with it."
That's a good structured supporting cast.
And they said, "We trust you know what you're doing." And for my sons to trust me, it means a lot to me.
And if you were with pride, ego, those things, you wouldn't have did it.
And that was something that was put on Snapchat. Even the guy beating me down, that was something that was meant to hurt me. By putting it up and the beat down was meant to hurt me. Now I'm going to take this and show you how strong I really am.
There you go.
What you meant to use to destroy me,
That's right.
I'm going to help you use it to help show you that I'm standing.
That's
it
right.
ain't going to destroy me. You never destroyed me by beating me. You're not going to destroy me by showing a picture. I'm stronger than that.
I think we've done worse to ourselves than what some other people would have done to us or tried to do.
Yeah, I would say. Especially with my thoughts
Yeah,
and my worries and my fears and my hate.
for self, yeah.
Yeah. Hate for self, but either hate for other people. Because if there were not for people like Shauna and Emma, or how it was going to affect my son sometime, there's things that I don't know if I would have had the strength. But there were some times that I just had to, Robert, this ain't about you no more. You got to care about other people. How is this going to affect them? What are you doing? You already hurt them enough by not being there. So now you want to try and prove something to other people that don't even give a shit about you for a name, for a reputation, so that when the shit hits the fan with you, they ain't got your back anyway.
That's right.
One of the things I come to understand about myself, and you probably dealt with the same thing. A lot of people with us, but they ain't all as strong as us.
That's right.
And then when we kind of go out the picture, things kind of change among them. And you start to see, okay, oh, it was only together because I was there. No, I'm not there. You're all over the place doing all kinds of different stuff. And I come to realize that I could do bad on my own. And I don't want to be the leader of helping somebody else do wrong.
That's right.
And that's one of the reasons I really want to help get myself together. So that I can be, I don't want to help to be a role model, but I want to be someone to say, yeah, that guy changed. I want someone to say, yeah, I don't know him, but I heard about him, and I heard the things he did, and I heard about the difficulties he had in life, but he's changed it around. How did he do that? And then now we're telling him. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. It's not easy every day.
It's more work in doing what's right than doing what's wrong. Doing what's wrong is easy for anybody.
And what makes something wrong? Because we've done lots of stuff and went home and slept good. What makes it wrong? When you get caught? What makes it wrong when you get a charge? What makes it wrong when you know somebody's hurting? What makes it wrong? Do you know?
I don't know that I know the answer, but I understand what you're saying. Because moral fiber, everybody's way of thinking of it is different, right?
Yeah.
Everybody has everybody has a bit of criminality. Your or my criminality certainly allowed us to go far beyond what the average person. Some people will run a red light. Some people will cheat on their taxes. Some people will tell a little lie for promotion. So it's wrong. Wrong is wrong. But our having been wrong has took us places until we got there. We like, man, what is this?
I know now what makes it wrong for me not the fact that I did it. What makes it wrong is that it's wrong in the first place. Whether you do it or not, it's wrong. Even if you think it, it's wrong. And if we can start to think through things, not just how it's going to impact our life today, but tomorrow, the next day, our kids, our family, our community. And some of us, I'm pretty sure me and you were guilty of this. Some of us could not see that far because of our own pain.
That's right.
And that means there are other people right now because of their own pain and things they're going through. And they may not have been molested. They may not have been in the Waterville. They may have something else may have happened to them.
That's right.
They may not have a problem with reading and writing, but something else may be wrong with them. Maybe some people, just the fact that daddy wasn't there messed with them really bad. Or the way I seen daddy treat mommy messed them up really bad. Everybody has different triggers that's going to affect them a different way. And we really can't judge and say, oh, that's not a bad enough thing for you to be acting like that.
That's true. What you're saying is true.
We can't judge people like that.
That's right.
What's going to affect somebody is going to affect them, and the person that's being affected don't even have control over it.
That's right.
Because they haven't had the tools to deal with it, especially if they come from a background that we come from. You know, being around people that had their own problems. How are they going to help us with ours?
That's right.
How are they even going to know we need help?
That's right.
Unless they come to a point and reach this, to sit down and be able to talk about it with somebody they can trust in a safe environment. A safe environment.
And I mean, brother, you've done that. So when I think of rehabilitation, that's the big component to. If we could rehabilitate this community or that community or these peoples, the world community would be such a better place. So when we talk about rehabilitation, if you would have took me out of what I was growing from a boy to a man, and they called it rehabilitation, I take all the programs, sincere, I get out of them what I put in them, sincere, and then you put me right back to the same environment I came out of. Isn't that setting me up to fail?
Yeah.
So what are you really rehabilitating me to? When I say you, I mean the system. You're rehabilitating me right back to the same people, places, and things?
That's where family and loved ones come in, and in your own mindset to understand that I can't go back to that. You know, if I'm getting out of jail, maybe I ask for my parole in another city.
That's right.
And you can do that, you know, with some help and going through the right proper channels. You know, we can't say that we're going to change if we're right back in the same clothes.
Yeah, you're presented with all the same challenges, so you could have got an A+ on everything, but now put that A+ to work in the environment you're now back into that helped contribute to your relapse or bad circumstance.
That environment is always going to be there. And we're going to have to find the strength to learn how to deal with that environment and keep ourselves out of it and away from the things that can take us down. But initially, coming from jail or, you know, coming off an addiction or wherever you're coming from, you can't be dropped right back in the same spot.
No.
It's not going to work.
That's right.
It might work for a day. It may even work for a couple of weeks. But as soon as you say, oh, I'm good now, I'm just going to drop down and see Jason, you know.
That's right.
Then you drop down and see you're having a couple of beers or a joint. Oh, I'll just have one. That's how it starts, man. And then you're right back.
One's not enough and 20's too many, right? So.
And the chances are the people that you decide to go see don't have enough common sense not to let you have that drink in their presence.
That's right.
'Cause that's all you got to do is say, man, you're on parole. You can't have no beer here. You have no beer. If you want to drink, go somewhere else and do it. You know that's going to violate your parole. Why would you do it? But most of us say, no, I just take one and then make sure you only take one. But you're setting yourself up, and it's very important to see if do we even have friends sometime?
You know? And I mean, when you talk about change, it has to be an action, right? So it's hard for, I think, a lot of folks, guys and girls, to a lot of people just generally to move from what is familiar to what is unfamiliar, to go from comfortable to uncomfortable, even if it's the name of something good. Because I know for me, I couldn't, and I've seen many others that couldn't, but when I did, wow, it started to really change. Not instantly, but, and I'd still fumble and fall and fumble and fall and fumble and fall. And I said, I'm getting tired of the fumble and fall, and I may as well just throw the towel in. But then I'm like, man, I can't throw the towel in because I'm searching for something. And even if I don't know what to call that something, I'm not going to find it back there and out of my past. It's going to be in front of me from my future. So really, what does I want my happiness, my peace to really feel like, look like? And I just kept on pushing, and I'm going to keep on pushing.
Mm.
So
When I think about when I really did something to accomplish it, the change took place in my mind first.
mm-hmm.
I started doing stuff, but I had the change in my mind, and I could see what I wanted to look like. And that's almost one of the reasons why I do construction, because I can go price a job, and when me and the customer is sitting there talking about it, I can already see how it's going to go, and I can already see it finished.
Okay,
It's a bit of a gift I have to see
it's a
something
special
finished.
talent.
And that's how I kind of run my whole life. I see things going well,
Mm-hmm.
and I see what I got to do to get it done. Before, I would just know something had to be done, but didn't realize that I was the one that's going to have to follow through with to get it done. I'd be, out partying, and because I've been in doing construction for a long time. I had different businesses that failed. But when I would work all day and then I would go party all night, living both lives. And nothing ever seemed to amount to anything that I could keep or wanted to keep, because I wasn't giving it my all. I wasn't putting it into it what it needed to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be at this end all night and then get up in the morning and try to go to work smelling like alcohol.
That's what they call functioning alcoholics. Many do it.
Yeah, I was more than a functioning alcoholic. I mean, many people I hung with, and even guys today, don't realize it. They're alcoholics because they're drinking every day. If they sit down and they just drop them.
I was a problem alcoholic.
Yeah.
Yeah, very problematic.
I think you're sitting down just having a beer. Why every time you go with your buddy's house, you got to have a drink?
Yeah.
Because you're alcoholics. You're drinking every day. Yeah. But let's just have a beer. It's become so accustomed to your life, you make it like it's proper. It's not proper. It's not proper to drink every day. It's not healthy either.
That's right. Well, I would say it with good humor, but I really have done it just maybe to see people's response to break the ice.
Then what? Then what exactly?
We're going to some AA or NA groups, and I would say, man, my name's Jason, la 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 la, and we're here to help each other, la 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 la. And I would really mean that. And then I could feel some tensions and stuff, right? So then to break the tension, I would say, well, all these alcoholics, well, where are the booze? I thought there was, and everybody like, what? And did he just? And I'm like, I'm just joking. It was an icebreaker, but let's get down to, you know what I mean, the real business side of it.
Hey, Jason, man, we're sitting there chatting it up, and we just on the phone talking. We still ain't bringing up nobody's names.
Mm-hmm.
I want to circle back. And try to get something out because it bothered me.
Mm-hmm.
It bothered me
Mm-hmm.
because I love my brother.
Mm-hmm.
I love you.
Mm-hmm.
I see you trying. I know things are difficult and more than one way sometimes, but you're still dealing with it. You're still being the big Jason that ain't scared and gonna get it done by any means necessary.
Mm-hmm.
By any means necessary can get you in trouble too.
That's right.
And you're working on that. I'm
right.
working on that. But when I see, and we talked about it, some people actually they didn't physically attack you, but they mentally attacked you after your video.
That's right.
And these people were people that are close to you, supposed to be close to you, made you feel uncomfortable enough that you're back in this city to get a break.
That's right.
You didn't run for nothing.
That's right.
You just wanted to get away.
From that awkwardness.
And get a
Very
break.
awkward.
But my question is, you sit here and open up and share things, don't say nobody's name, and you say how it affected you. I want to know why you didn't get an apology. Their fear of you and their own ignorance of not understanding the hurt they cause would rather lash out at you and make you think you did something wrong. Abusing that little kid all over again.
Yeah.
And when I was sitting there talking to you on the phone about it, man, I bust out crying. I bust out crying, and I ain't gonna cry. But and I was mad too. I was mad. Did you not see this guy is putting his best foot forward? Do you have that much pain and disappointment in yourself that you can't tell him you love him? You can't tell him I see you. You can't tell him that you're worthy. You can't see what he needs. He's talking to you. He's telling you, and you're still trying to hurt him like that.
Yeah.
You know, when I said to you, man, I'll come get you right now. I'll come down and get you right now. If I have to, I'll bring a couple guys with me. But usually, it's not like that. You're not mad with nobody. You don't want to hurt nobody.
I just want to get out of there, right? That awkward.
I was thinking that maybe you weren't safe. That maybe somebody was thinking they were going to hurt you and could get it over on you and stuff. And I'm like, you know, if I got to come and get you, and I'm going to make sure you're good, you know.
That's right.
We'll come and get you. Not to hurt nobody else, not to threaten nobody else, but just to make sure you were safe. But you said, no, I'm good.
Wasn't that, Rob? But it wasn't good. I started to digress. I started to say, well, I will just drink. But I'm not going to go to bars and around people. And I don't want to hurt nobody. But there is no reason I should have had to do that and hurt myself, knowing that is the precursor. That is the ingredient that goes into all of the mess up. But I used
Drinking.
it as a way to cope. And then I I didn't play it off. I said, I don't know if he knows I'm drinking or not.
Oh, I knew.
So let me hurry up and get off the phone before I start slurring words. But you do. So it wasn't like I was hiding it. I was just hoping you didn't know, right?
And I knew it was out of character for you to be on the phone with me under any influence. So, like, what's going on? And then you started telling me what was going on.
That was the hurt coming out.
And
right?
I immediately knew he's hurt. He's feeling hurt, and nobody's there seeing this guy. They see big bad Jason. They don't see the kid still crying and looking for help.
And that's the thing too, Rob. I didn't see it, but Jason, my daughter, my son, they're like, Daddy, we never seen that picture of you when you was a little boy. Because you must have flashed the picture of from when I was a little boy and from when I was a man and my son Jaden. So I didn't see those things, and I only listened to it twice. I listened to yours probably about 6 times. I listened to Dan's 3 or 4, and I listened to Corey's probably 4 or 5. But I only listened to mine twice, so I really didn't want to see it anyways. And then I did see portions of it. I set a lighting, and then I seen a portions of it. And then I said, well, that's good enough, because I heard him, I heard me, and I hadn't heard myself in a long time other than in my head, right? So, and sometimes that gets a little confusing, right? But,
When I was sitting there thinking, I'm thinking about a woman, you know, all these thoughts going through my head as we're on the phone. A woman's being battered, right? And the man says, shut up, don't say nothing, or hides her in the house until the bruises and stuff goes away. You can't go outside. You can't talk to your family. You can't go around your family. Or a little kid that's been raped and say, don't say nothing. And the guy tells him, don't say nothing. Or the girl says, don't say nothing, or I'm going to hurt you or hurt someone you love. That's what I got. I said, this guy.
That was the kind of feeling I was feeling, too.
This guy is being put in that situation. He's almost being saying, you can't talk about that. You can't tell the truth. You can't show that you're hurting. You can't show that this stuff is bothering you. What happened in the house stays in the house.
Yeah, what happened in community happened in community.
Yeah, and that goes on not just in the black houses. That goes on in a lot of people's houses.
That's right.
Because of pride.
That's right.
Because of, I don't want my my so-and-so to be looked on as a
That's
bad
right.
person. But maybe they fucking were a bad person.
That's right.
Oh, sorry. But you know what I mean?
I get it. I
You know,
get it.
I mean, I've been to a few funerals. I don't go to funerals anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I find them a little bit funny now. But because everyone that dies, when you get up there and listen to the preacher or the people talking about them, they're always a great person.
Mm-hmm.
But when that person was alive, you know that person was an asshole.
Yeah, demon.
You know that person was a jerk. You know they couldn't be trusted around no children. You know they couldn't be.
That's right.
You know this. And then my last funeral, well, I went to, I'm not even gonna talk about it, but the stuff they talked about this man up there, and I knew his son, and I knew his son had been violated by him, right? And this is a true story. I knew his son had been violated by him, and all these people had all these great stories to talk about this man. And I convinced his son to go to the funeral so he'd have closure. He didn't want to go. But after I had convinced him to go, when I heard all those lies being told up there, I wish I had never told him.
Yeah.
Because what, he got to sit there. He know the truth about this man.
That's right.
And I'm convinced my buddy to go hear some lies. No, it's time for people to wake up and realize if you did something wrong, yes, say sorry. But do what sorry does.
That's right.
Have the proof that you're sorry.
That's right.
You know,
By
start over.
changing.
Yeah, start over. Go again. You can't change it. You can't make it not happen. But you don't make it better when you try to make the person.
Feel small. Like you're re-victimizing the victim is what you're doing, right?
And because guys like me and you have went on to victimize people and hurt other people, a lot of people think, well, oh, you deserve that.
Karma, they call it.
Yeah, you deserve that. And you know, me being knocked out, I deserve that. I like that. Because now that many people, if I've knocked out in bars and situations, get to see me laying there, they can say, it's goody for him. And I want them to say goody for me. Because that's the closest you're going to get to hurting me. Take it. Enjoy it. Because I'm not going to make myself vulnerable like that again. But I like that you seen me get my ass kicked. You know, but I'm not want to get my ass kicked no more because I'm putting myself in stupid situations that cause myself to be hurt or other people. And I really don't today need anybody to tell me sorry anymore. Because if I really needed their sorry, that this proves they have more control over me. And they have more ways to hurt me. So I don't need anybody sorry anymore. I'm glad I've made it through that. But I will never let nobody make me feel that I deserve something because I haven't been such a upright, standing citizen my whole life. I was once a kid that wanted a good life. And there were some people in charge of me that did a shitty job. And there were some people in charge of me that did the best job they could.
With what they knew how to do.
So what am I supposed to do? I can't throw me away. I got to keep going. I'm not going to let nobody else throw me away because they're done with me.
Yes, sir. That's like not wanting to be a willful victim. There's a line that says, I'm going to change, and then there's a line that says, I'm going to be a willful victim and stay the same, right? It's asinine to think that way, but many of us have thought that way, and our thinking's been shaped that way by some outside interferences, early childhood interruptions. We can't really reach our full developments on time, and then these other things to compound what is already going on. That's just life, right?
Right now, Jason, sitting here talking. Me and you talked about it, so I know how you feel about it. But for your words, these people that have fears, that have hurt you, and thinking that you're going to hurt them, can you set them straight?
I am not. I want something different for my life. I'm not going to hurt nobody, I forgive, and forgiveness, I guess, is for oneself, right? And I forgive. I understand. I forgive you, the deity, or what we would call God. God forgive you, but can you forgive yourself? So if somebody is nervous of me, it makes me nervous of them. because
Who's going to attack first, kind of thing?
yeah, because what tactics and strategies are you going to employ to hurt me? If you're scared of me, I may well just stay away from you.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So
And these things are hard to do when
when you love the people,
you love the people.
yeah,
People got to understand. Just because somebody is hurt by somebody, that doesn't mean the person don't love them.
mm-hmm,
You know, I've hurt many people, like my wife, like Shauna. Hey, they love me.
mm-hmm.
They love me, and so
I
And-
guess that's how you would know they love you because they
Yeah.
still remain, stay by you.
we talked about this just yesterday. It's one of the things that I did on purpose, not knowing I was doing on purpose. I would push people so far away and be such an idiot that why would you want to be around me now? You know, I'm no good for nothing. But when those people stayed, they showed me something. I was proving to them, I had to prove to myself that you loved me if you could stay with me in spite of the person I've been.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been a few people that have done that. They love me in spite of, that guy I talked about that I hurt. He loved me beside the person I was. The women in my life, they love me beside spite of the person I've been. And there was a dysfunction in me that didn't trust people. But if I could push you far enough away and do enough hurtful things and you still stay, then maybe I'll give you a chance. Maybe I'll give you a real chance because you prove that you love me, then I don't deserve to be loved. And I'm very thankful that those people exist in my life. Not that I've caused them any pain, but I was a very messed up, untrusting person. And I'm still untrusting.
Yeah.
Still very, very untrusting. I keep my circle small. I have no intention of making it bigger beyond which I can deal with and see.
I mean, I would never repeat it when I said it to the many times I said it and the many people I said it to. But they would say to me, oh, I'm your homeboy, or you can trust me, or I love you, or I want what's best for you, or I got your back. And my response every single time was aloud, too. This ain't something I said in my head. We putting that to the test. Because I knew what they didn't. I don't trust you.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't trust myself to what I may do. If I fall to believing or expecting that you're telling me truth and you action shows me something different, well, the trust just went out the window. So then I show up with resentment and disappointment and hurt. So now we have a whole new threshold to cross. So I was never big with that, but I can know now, who, number one, I love myself, and I really do love myself. And how I know I do, because I'm not forced to be alone.
Not forced to what?
I'm not forced by any circumstance to be alone. But when I choose alone, I choose it because I'm now comfortable with myself. And it gives me time to explore, where did my loving not happen? Where did it happen? How much did I get? How much more would I need? Would I need it in this space in my life? Will I need it in that space in my life? So I can really narrow it down. And my children, unconditional. So some other relationships I have, with some of my man friend, is I don't have a lot of guys, but I could quite easily, I guess. Just get in where you fit in, right?
Today,
Myself included. But I stay small because I know the difference of a friend, an acquaintance, associate. They're not the same thing.
I'm going to go first and say that I want you to go. Today, the guy I want to be, the person I want to be, is almost nothing like the person I was. I own a construction company. I don't even like to be dirty.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I when the phone rings to go price a job, it's almost like selling drugs to me because I don't know how much that job I'm going to quote it for, how much it can be. So it's kind of the adrenaline to, how much money am I going to make off this? How much, how many thousands am I going to bring home? So it's doing construction to me is just another way to survive. I don't want to be out all day in a excavator digging in the ground. Now I know we do good work and people need contractors, but for the best of me, that's not me. I want to be someone that stays clean. That wears. I got no socks on right now, or got socks on, but you see my ankles. I want to be someone that gets up and puts shorts on and go jump in his car and go for a drive. But still have money coming in. Stay clean. Be able to sit in rooms like this and have conversations like people with you and different people and share my life experience. Because my life experience, I know, has some value to it. And I don't have to, brag about it. But how can I use so much dysfunction to help now? And to also help me be in the life that I want to live anyway. I'm going to have construction there. My son's going to run that, and people are going to work for me and different stuff. But I realize one thing. You're not really making money anyway until you're not there busting your ass to get the work done. Having money work for you and having, the right crew around you that you don't have to be there. Sun up to sundown like I was doing. It's very terrible to be doing something all day that you don't want to do just to survive. So construction to me is just another mean of surviving. It doesn't make me happy. It's a way to keep my wife happy, the bills paid, and help to my kids with their things they want to do. But when you look at me, am I happy? No. No. I know. People say, "Oh, you did a great job and everything." Oh yeah, and I take pictures, but I got thousands of pictures of work. I want to do a great job in another area. First of all, in me, being happy with me. And then, use a mess of a life. And I'll say the mess of a life. And not everybody would agree with that because, I've had good times. But if my good times were based on, feeding somebody else addiction or getting into a fight and talking about it the next day, if my good times were based on somebody else's hardship or somebody else's bad time, then how deceived am I? How mentally messed up am I? That's not a good time. This is a good time for me, Jason, to sit here and have a conversation with you. Yeah. I actually forgot for a second that the cameras were there. But they're there because the door just opened a little bit to let us know we've been talking for an hour.
Okay.
We're going to take a break.
Okay.
But before we take that break, I said you would tell me, what do you want to do now, Jason? Who was that little kid? What did you want to do with your life growing up before all the messes happened?
Well, I think I always thought of law, like lawyering, but I don't want to go back to school for any length of time. But what I want to do and do more of is what I do now. And what I do now is I'm a peer support person for people circling in and out of the justice system, right? So,
Yeah, we talked about that.
and I've been doing it for about 6 years, and I'm quietly, confidently, pretty effective in doing it. So I don't need a pat on the back or this and that, but if I could have a salary or something, then that would certainly help because it would let me have my own space, a living space, and then I'm not renting, I'm actually owning, and then my children can be in that space with me, and they'll want the same for their self. And I want to reach my maturity, my development, my growth in peace. I just want to be left alone to do that for myself. Because once I am good and in the best position I can be in, then I can take care of me and who I love and care about. What I want to do for other people is what wasn't done for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a real passion and purpose to want to help people who are in struggles, regardless of what the struggle is, because I could talk to a whole bunch of things away from the justice system,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want to waste my time or somebody else's. So I look and I have this innate internal ability. Don't ask me how I got it, but I can kind of sit with somebody and I can tell who is really trying and who is really just trying to pass the buck or slip around some.
Play the system.
Yeah. So when I do that, I'm aware of that. And I don't have to say something to the person. Most times I don't. I would just leave the situation because I have a choice in what I participate in and what I not. But I have a real passion and purpose for that. So my lawyer friend, he told me just the other day we talked. And so we have a name. That's my intellectual property till it's developed. But what it will do is when I talk about rehabilitation, and people going back to the same old that started them down that way. But anyways, I want to create a space for people to live in, short term, long term.
Something like what Man Up is doing?
I'm not sure what exactly they're doing, but I am familiar with some things. I would do it a little different because I think of leaders without titles. I don't need people with a master's in this and letters behind their name.
I don't think they have those.
I like for the people, from the people, just leaders without titles, people like yourself and some others I know come on board in that space and work with men and women and of white women, white men, white, brown, red, yellow.
Let me just jump right in there for a minute. I know where you're going because you said men like me. And I want to be clear on something. That's where we different a little bit. Because you want to be hands-on with helping people give information. On the way here, you was telling me about a guy you were just talking to yesterday. You want to be hands-on what's going on to help give them the right avenue and stuff. And that's great. But me, I want to be here. I want to talk to you. I want to give you a message. I don't want to give you too much of my time. Because too much of my time has been wasted by me. And I don't want to allow anybody to waste my time that ain't serious about getting their life on a good track. So I can sit here and give a message. You can pick it apart and take from it what you want. But I appreciate guys like you and Corey that want to be in the trenches, that want to be hands-on. You're tough. You want to help people right where they're at.
Yeah, I mean, when I say that, I want to do it by proximity. I want to meet the people where they're at in their geography, where they're in their life, because that lets me know more of them. I don't want to do it in an office space across the desk by appointment. Oh, I got this one in an hour. I got this one in an hour. I got this one in an hour. But the thing that makes me quietly, confidently effective in what I do is I have a discernment. I have a knowing. I can know when somebody's bullshitting. I can know when somebody's real. I don't have to blow them up.
Do you know when you're bullshitting?
Yeah, I do. I do. I know because, I use manipulation 101. So if it takes one to know one, there ain't too much they can bullshit me with because I was king bullshitter, right?
Yeah.
I talk fast and, they listening slow. I talk shit and swallow spit all day long, right? And it's nothing I'm glorifying, but it's real. So it lets me know when somebody really bullshitting and when somebody's really real. And then all I got to do is watch their actions, see if it lines up with their words.
Now, I know that you have something to offer an organization, whether you start your own or you part of someone else's, what they're doing. I know you have something to offer, but sitting here talking to you, looking at you, do you know what it takes to stay there? Can you put yourself in that stable position so that you're not making everybody else look like shit or liars because now Jason had a bad day, now Jason got a charge, or Jason done did something. Like, we got to be stable ourselves before we can even
That's
try to help somebody else.
That's right.
Because we become liars and hypocrites
That's right.
and mess up everything that we were trying to do or something somebody else was going to do. But you're willing to be the man, be the change that you
That I
want
want
to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brother, I'm going to have bad days. Jason's going to have bad
But
days.
the world don't have to know
But
about it.
Jason ain't going to know about his jail unless they framing me up or something, because I make a conscious decision to not do certain things. I got comrades that are multi-millionaires. I could sell dope without touching dope, I think, very easily. But I'm not in it for the money. What I desired at 10, 20, 30, 40, it's not the same desire.
Mm-hmm.
So that in itself, I've grown. If I was to say, and I'm not going to say ever, who I helped or how I helped them,
Mm-hmm.
but I've helped a lot of folks, a lot more than I hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's running on even.
Do you think it's even?
I do believe so.
Do you look at it that way? Do you,
I-
you think
I-
it ever can be even if you hurt somebody?
I think it
But you
can
think
be
you think-
balanced.
But balance for who? For them or for you?
For me, and why I do it, I don't do it to say, well, I did this much wrong, so let me do this much right, and that will bring forth balance. That, what I just said, was probably the first time I heard myself say it aloud.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard it in my mind many of time, and I've contemplated it, I've gone it over. But if they knew the work, I mean society, knew the work I've already done, they'd probably be less likely to point their finger at me. But I don't do it for a pat on the back, a trophy, notoriety, acclaim. I do it because I know it needs to be done. But I am not going to exhaust myself to no end trying to save the world and forget about myself. I won't even get to doing something unless I know I'm good. Because when I take on other people's problems, I'm doing just that, taking them on. So I got to know what
you're
I'm
getting
going
into.
to lend to it, what I'm not going to lend to it, how much energy is this going to require, am I even getting through? And then there's a way of knowing if you're getting through, because in whoever you're working with, their actions, not their words, their actions will demonstrate clearly to where they're at and where they want to go.
That's
You know?
one of the things when we met in jail, and it wasn't the first day we met, but we had got into a bit of an argument, and we agreed to disagree. And this was something right now where I will agree to disagree with you on. The way
Not
that
again.
yeah. The way you want to help is great for you. But the people, I also talk a lot of people. People call me and stuff, but I don't look to get in their life. They call me, and when they call me, I don't even want to really even hear what they're dealing with, because once I hear it, I know I'm going to want to help. I want to give advice or whatever it is, however I can help. So I don't look for them, but I won't. Anyone that can get to me, whether it's one of my workers or definitely my children, or friends or whatever, and I know what's going on, and I can give advice. Now, I want to give advice, but I want them to take the advice and do something with it. I don't want to babysit people. I don't want to have to remind you to get up. Did you take that? Did you do that? Once in a while, yeah, you give people a push. You check on them. But nobody came to save me. And I don't want nobody thinking that somebody has to do something for them. There's plenty of people out there like you. There's plenty of people out there like Corey. There's plenty of people like Dan that want to help, and they're hands on. And you will go to ask them out to help them. But then there's people like me. I want to give you a message, and I want you to take it the rest of the way.
And Rob, let me be clear in this. Maybe it would help my expression to say this. I'm not going to do the work for them.
No, but just
And I'm not going to walk their walk for them. I just will walk beside them. I'm a sounding board from a lived experience. There isn't too much that someone can tell me about that I haven't already been through. Whether it's from the very lowest of things to the very major of things, right?
I know what you're talking about, because even in base talks, you were the one that put me in touch with Dan. I knew Corey, of course, but you were the one that set up the us talking that he'd come on. You facilitate things, and you're good at that, and you know a lot of people. But there's one thing, and I got a guy coming on next. I don't know when this is going to be shown, but I have a guy coming on. He's very much within the community doing stuff. But I always tell him, how much progress are you making? And he'd be happy about something. He'd be dealing with something, and that person's gone back to jail. I'm like, man, don't that just get to you? He said, man, but I don't. He says all different ways, but he just wants to do it. It's not a burden to him that they went back to jail. He's just happy that he was there to help them.
See, I'm opposite
at
of
the
that,
time he
'cause
was to help them.
I'm opposite of that because when I've already worked with guys that I really thought were going to do it, and they went in, come out, went in, come out, went in, come out. And I said, man, you don't see the error in that? And they say, yeah, I do. I said, well, tell me what it is you see. Then they tell me what they see, and I'm a little hard to be fooled like that way, because it has nothing to do with a vision. It's in here and just a knowing. And then I said, man, I can only wish you well on your journey the rest of the way. But I don't believe you're disposable, but with whatever we've done together, now it's maybe better that you find somebody else on your journey for the rest of the way. Maybe I was only meant to be at this portion of your journey. You see, so
That's how he feels.
you know,
He's doing his part. Yeah, that's right.
You know, but to burn the midnight oil and take away from myself, my children, my true friends, because I only have a few. I only have a couple really, really true friends. And to take away all of that energy into something that I guess I could say I'm not going to reach for folks that ain't reaching back, right? And all I want in return in these folks, the same way you would credit me for helping you, maybe the real thank you is helping someone else. You help someone else, right? And then I don't got to go help that someone else that you found, because you know enough in helping yourself now that you can help that person.
Pass it along.
Right, so it's like pay it forward. It's each one teach one, each one reach one. So when I think of community, I think of it in a holistic approach. I'm a think outside the box kind of guy. So I've been at a lot of venues and assemblies and with a lot of people who have a lot of qualification and degrees of knowledge. And I noticed that the minute I might say something to the subject matter because of what I've lived, what I know in theory from a book, and what I know from life experience with chalkboard, because I've done more than just be a crook. I know people from privilege and pro-social. Then I know people from the projects, low. From different cultures too. I never just been to Halifax, and I've been around.
But even being on here, you're known as someone that's killed somebody. You're known as a crook. You know, I'm known the same way. I haven't killed anybody, but I've tried. They just didn't die. You know, I'm known as a bad guy. But I'm getting on here, not just talking. I have some things going on with me that I've achieved, and some things I can do on a day-to-day basis to prove that I'm more than a crook. I'm mad. I'm more than someone who just had bad intentions to hurt people. I'm more than that. And if you would, and if you want to, because I'm not really asking anybody's permission to let me in. Things I'm doing, most of my stuff is self-motivated. You know, I can't read and write. The gall I'm going to get up here and have interviews. Where's my paper at?
Well, nobody would ever know that, brother, because you speak more eloquent than me. And I would tell you this. I follow you in the sense of you've gone up the road before me in transformation. I've seen a lot of folks from a lot of cultures and backgrounds. And I've been a real hard-headed guy for whatever my reasoning. And not trusting, all kinds of things I could add into that. But you have told me things that have stayed with me, brother, all my life. So if I never seen you or talked to you for another 20 years, God spares life, that will never leave my heart. And I just think that incredible by itself, you know.
I'm glad you have those things. I can't think of any what they would be, because whatever you got from our conversation, you got. But just in what you said, was something I was going to talk to you about and ask you. You said God spares life. Are you a religious man? Are you Muslim? Are you Christian?
I believe the Father. So when I say the Most High, I mean the Creator of all things, the Most High. Nothing gets higher than the Most High. Then he has Scripture, the living Word, and people and things, and he's the Most High. So then I believe his Spirit, the Most High, is what's good in my nature if I develop and let it be. If I deny that Most High, then I deny the good in nature. Then I'm relying on my own understanding. I'm not religious at all, because I believe religion esteems the principles above the very people it seeks to serve. That's why you have so much division in different religion, because it esteems the principle above the people it seeks to serve. But I serve the Most High. I have no power. But when I call on that Most High, when I call on that when I was in that darkness bowl, that was maybe no mere reflection of the life I was living, miserable and this and that, because it wasn't all miserable. Some of it was really good. I was in the shadow of the Most High, and he knew, beginning from the ending, what he was going to do with me. And death had no sting. That black inside the black was moving around. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was death. But it had no sting. It couldn't take me. It couldn't own me. Not because I'm big, bad Jason Middleton. Because I was hand of the Most High. He had works for me to do before he prepared the foundation of the earth. I read all kinds of scriptures. I read the Quran. I read the many versions of the Bible. I read into the Dead Sea Scrolls, all different languages and stuff. They're just on a quest for answers, you see? And there was, in that, the real answers were in me. I just didn't know I didn't know they were in there. And I didn't know how to get them out. And I sure as hell wasn't trusting somebody else to get them out for me.
When I hear you talk, I hear you talk, and I hear a lot of people talk, and I can hear this stuff, and as you're talking, I'm picking it apart in my head. I think I gotta come back.
Okay.
I gotta come back
okay.
gentle. I can't come back as high as I want to come.
Please don't hurt me now.
Because you're saying he and all this stuff.
Could be a he, she, gender equality.
Like, I have a real problem.
Could
I don't have
be
a problem
she.
with them, but I paid attention to people
Spirit.
that claim to have this relationship with this God character. And they make it a he, and they make it apart from them. And like you said, you have no power. You have no power. What? You don't have no power? Like, I love the character Jesus, because He tells you you got all the power, that you can do everything he can do and greater. That's what I find people miss.
Oh, it do have power.
Okay, let me finish it. That's what I find what people miss from religion. Themselves. They take themselves out the picture
True that.
and give all the credit to something else. Meanwhile, me and you got to sit here and go through all this stuff, forgiveness and hard work and freaking stuff out. But then we give all the credit to this character Jesus. If you read the scriptures or listen to the scriptures, he said you're just like him and can do everything. Which I'd rather be like you and do everything you can do than to be your slave, be bowing to you all the time, kissing your feet, like some of these songs say. I love the scriptures.
That is religion doing that.
Yeah, I love the scriptures, but I get more from, I shouldn't say more, I hear them different. The scriptures taught me that I was the devil, but through my actions and my thoughts, that I didn't have to go nowhere. And when I look at this character Jesus and and him going in the woods for 40 days and to be tempted by the devil. So he knew he was going to go be tempted by the devil, but the devil didn't show up until after 40 days and he was hungry. But imagine you being in the woods for 40 days with no food, no water. You're going to start seeing some stuff. You're going to be hungry. And you know some stuff from some truth. You know that man can't live on bread alone. So when these thoughts come, because I know that there was nothing else there tempting him but his own thoughts that were coming at him and saying, turn this stone into bread. But his own thoughts overpowered that and said, no, man can't live on bread alone. And I learned from that. Because when we as people can learn to talk ourselves down from the foolishness we want to do, then we learn to understand that we are our own God, that we are more in charge of something, more power than anybody else has told us before.
This is true.
So I'd rather have faith in myself
That's
to
right.
follow through. Because I can have faith in you, but that doesn't mean you're going to do it. You know what I mean? So if I put it on me, I leave myself no choice to get it done. And I will have faith in myself and get it done. And God to me is it, because this fits. I know all this comes from something, but I also understand that it's all energy. It's all vibration.
That's right.
It's all word.
I understand
It's all
that
put
portion
together like
too.
that. So I love the scriptures, but when I hear a smart man like you talking, saying he, I need you to find me this he.
Yeah, brother. I
need
get
you
what
he
you're
who
saying.
you.
Now, see, I like this conversation. I like this back and forth because it's really iron sharpening iron. That's why I say gender equality, he, she. But most high is what I call that.
Well, if you're a woman,
Most high, higher than the highest high, the most high. And I did say he.
you don't see yourself as that.
I see that in
Or
me,
part
but
of that?
there is a higher power than me.
How do you know?
Well, I know
where
that
do you live?
I know that
where do you
couldn't
live?
I know that couldn't save myself from that dark place
How do you know that?
because I didn't have the strength in anything to do it
Did
for
you ever
myself.
when you
But when I called,
when you had your nice cars or your gun or whatever, and you left the house and you forgot it, and you remember you had to go back and get it? Who told you to go back and get your keys or your gun?
maybe my intuition.
You.
That's right.
We
my
don't.
intuition.
We don't give ourselves enough credit for the
True that.
powerful being we are.
You know,
We don't.
I know.
And religion has us looking. Religion has us looking for something that we already are.
That's right.
And go ahead.
But we've had this conversation.
Oh, yeah,
and I stand to correction all the time. I don't mind being wrong even. Because there's things that I couldn't learn in Scripture that I've learned in you. And I put it to the test. It's tried, tested, true. And I'm like, man, not only do we got a point in some of this. Now, I'm not saying everything.
No,
we may have to
I say
agree
I don't
to
know everything.
disagree some
I know a
things.
few things.
But I know you're
I'm a
with.
fool to say I know everything.
I know you're really with good intention.
Mm-hmm.
I welcome this. I like this because I really shouldn't have said he or she. I should have left.
No,
it
you can
to
say
the
what you
Most
want.
High. Well,
That's
I
why we
leave
having
it
this
to the Most.
conversation.
I leave it to the Most High.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have a choice.
Even that. Who's most high?
What did they say? What did they say when they say God helps those that help themselves? So that means you got to have a part in it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Faith without works is dead, right?
Right. My part in it. We having church right now for the sake
Yes,
of
sir.
calling it church. We having church
Wherever
right
two or
now.
more are gathered.
There it is.
Yeah, I mean.
There it is. So I mean, like brother, and when he said he gonna heal the blind and preach to the poor, he wasn't talking about preaching to no poor people and sending no collection plate around. He was just, giving it to them for free, right?
I'm looking to have a preacher come on, or a minister, or whatever they want to call themselves, and I want to have a agree to disagree conversation.
That's
'Cause
right.
That's the way it's going to go. But I need the right man, and I know a certain man that I would like to come on, but I don't know if he's ready to sit in front of me and have a real conversation.
Well, time will
Because
tell.
I'm going to tell him some stuff I know about him.
Oh
See,
my!
one thing about me, I'm telling you everything about me. So you're not gonna go say he whacked his head and
That's right.
he whacked his wife with a bottle. Yeah,
Yeah,
I already
that's
told
right.
you that. You can't hold that against me.
Same with me. I give it all out there when
Yeah.
I done wrong.
So like, I don't have nothing to hide. I have no, not that I'm not ashamed of it,
That's
but
right.
I'm not there. I don't respect people that claim to be doing work and helping and doing God's work. God's messenger. When your freaking life's a mess, when you live in the closet, you're a liar. I have no respect for you. Now, if you want to be doing God's work and you're a little messed up, be honest about it.
That's right.
And who says it's messed up? Because the rest of society don't agree with it. Live your life. But anyone fall on a religion and give their life to a deity, I mean, I already know it's a trap. It's a bit of a game that people are gonna have to figure out, that knowing self is knowing God.
That's right. True that. I like that. And I'm grinning because I remember, and you would get me with it. You would really move me with it at times. I messed up my answering machine. And
Oh, your message?
and then you was like, yeah, I like it, but it sounds awfully religious to me. So I'm fighting with myself trying to change it. I didn't even breathe. And then the second time I made it worse than the first 3 times. And I said, never mind. I'm up here fighting with these folks because Rob told me I sound too religious.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of moved me to laughter.
It just sounds
right?
repetitive.
It does.
They're all
It
saying
does.
the same thing. God bless you. Well,
Yeah.
you're right there. If you think I need something, give me, help me.
Yes.
You're the God that needs to bless me.
That's right.
You're gonna pray for me. Oh, I need some money or something, and you're gonna go and pray for me. I hope I get this loan. Why don't you help me? You're the God that needs to help me. You're the one that's present right there. I'm so tired of this foolishness. I'd rather people just go away from me, live your life. My circle is small, but it's not based on believing. It's really based on knowing.
That's right. And I would just say this to the whole religious order matter thing. I'm not religious, but I believe what I believe. So
You believe in the Most High.
yeah, that's right. And then I had this thing where it's a joke, and it kind of went like this. I'm going to paraphrase it even if I mess it up. There was a man, he was to the water, and he's treading water. And he said to God, help me. He said, God going to help me. So a boat come by. Hey, you need some help, buddy? No. God gonna help me. Then a helicopter come by. You need some help, buddy? No. God gonna help me.
We know what happened in that
The
story.
guy throw the life buoy thing to him. He don't take it. Now he's losing steam. He's going down. And he's like, why, God? I'm going to drown now. He said, you fool, I sent you 3 different saviors. Why you didn't
Yeah.
take them, right?
Yeah.
So it's just with good humor. I don't mean to offend because I know how some people get when you're talking about their religions. And
Yeah, how could
that's
how could the
different.
Most High send 2 people like us to help? No, that minister out there that has the perfect record, they ain't been in jail. God must have sent him. No, don't be deceived.
That's
He's the
right.
one you need to stay away from.
I do though, brother. I get it, and thanks for reminding me because I really got to look inside of me to see the worth of who I am, and that is.
And when
well.
you see that, you don't need no one to tell you they love you. You don't need no one to tell
That's
you
right.
you're doing good
That's
because you're
right.
already fulfilled within,
Now
and you're
see,
carrying yourself.
what you're saying right there is where we're getting to in conversation. That's why I can be cool with it, right? That's where I can say, yeah, okay, Bass. I'm glad you said that because it's real. It's mindfulness too, right? Being present in the moment. But you gotta. I don't know if I told you, bro. My nanny and them had me going to church every day of the week, 3 times on Sunday. And I'm like, Nanny, why I gotta do this? Like, oh, why? If I'm going to hell, when they bring that question plate around, I may well just take some change out and go get some candy before I go to hell,
Yeah.
right?
And
Well,
the whole
you better not do that, boy. And
the whole time they're sending
that's
you
what religion did, right?
they're sending you to a building, and the building that you're in is the one that's helping destroy you. You know,
Yeah.
at home.
Preachers touching on little boys, and not everywhere.
That doesn't happen
every day.
everywhere.
Not
but it
every
happens.
day.
I met
everywhere,
some.
but it happens.
I've had preachers come
So
to
that's
court.
not God.
I had ministers come to court for me and say nice things, but they were just truthful things. That's what I was doing. They never came to court and lied and helped me get out of the situation. You know, and that's something that you understand. I can see people ain't always where they think they are, but I can see the potential. When I see the potential, that's when I want to help.
I know I'm not where I want to be, but I know I'm gonna get there.
Yeah.
And I'm really not going to be a recurring guest when it comes to politics and our
no.
religion, right?
No.
We'll keep it. I'm going to keep a strong base,
Yeah.
no pun intended,
No,
beneath me, and just try to build off it. I
Yeah, but
give my best.
But to that minister out there, woman or man, you know, that invitation and bring all your books, bring all your discoveries or whatever, and we're going to put stuff on the TV and we're going to talk about it.
And that's what has to happen.
We want to know why you feeding these lies to people. Let us be free.
Have
But-
a healthy, intelligent conversation
Yeah.
about
that's
something that
agree
might
to
be
disagree.
awkward. Yeah,
Agree to disagree because you got to be respectful with people.
that's right.
People are doing what they're doing. And
And we don't mean to offend. We don't need to.
we don't need. I don't mean to,
That's
but
right.
sometimes you have to offend to get correction. Because if you don't tell somebody what they're doing wrong, how they gonna know they're doing it wrong?
That's why I don't mind being wrong, brother. You see how I changed that message board around quick?
Yeah,
You know.
that's fine, man. I actually like the way you say things, like when time permits and different stuff you say. You keep it positive. You know, there's nothing wrong with positive, but I don't like repetitive because now I want people to be real.
That's it.
Don't talk to me the same way you talked to me yesterday. Don't say bye to me the same way you said bye yesterday. And don't ever tell me I love you to death.
Yeah.
Because I'll believe you love me to death.
Yeah, that means you
want to be
gotta
around
die,
you.
yeah.
And don't want to be around you. You'll love me to
Let
death.
me
How you love
ask
me
you-
to death? That's crazy.
Just-
You don't say that, by the way.
I get it, but totally off this, but similar, but totally off subject about the message board thing.
You
Because
backed it
I'm
up.
like, man, I don't usually back over to that because somebody says something, but I backed over to that religious thing quick.
Yeah.
But there was a time, it was a long time ago, I think maybe 15 years, and you had something, you were doing a different business, and you said something like, leave me a positive message,
Oh, yeah.
and
I still
I'll
got
be
that on
back
there.
in touch.
Yeah, I still got that on there.
So I said, man, maybe if I use that on mine, they'll only leave me positive messages.
Yeah.
Or I won't get back in touch behind some negative messages.
Yeah.
And then you had called me, and I usually catch the call before it hit any message board anyways. So this one particular time you call, and you're like, Jason. And I'm like, what? He's like, oh, you left me a couple messages. I said, oh, I will check them, man, but I'm talking to you, what's up? You're like, why are you using my message? Why are you using my messages?
Yeah.
Why does your message board sound identical to mine, right? So it's all good, right?
No, it's all good. One thing we it's scripture, and when we use it, we like iron sharpens iron.
Yes, sir.
But if you understand how you sharpen iron, you know, when you're sharpening, one piece of iron has to be a little bit more still than the other one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then the other one has to be still.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So we can help each other
That's right.
to sharpen each other. I don't know everything. You don't know everything.
That's right.
But we're trying to get better, and we know more than we did 20 years ago.
Yes, sir. That is a definite.
We know more than that. That door opened to give me the sign to take a break.
Yes.
What was that, about 40 minutes ago? But we got talking, man. Just like on the phone.
But it's good.
It is good.
And if somebody can find something in it, man, it's going to be even better. It's going to be great.
Mm.
Because these conversations got to be had regardless of where they're had, right?
Yeah.
I think it's good when it's safe, like, and nobody has to feel like less than, right? So it's a good exchange.
Even guys and girls watching us. Now, when they come together, you know, try just saying something. Try just telling your buddy something that you're really dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And he might, or she might just come back with, man, I'm feeling the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And you may be to help each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then that conversation goes in a more positive direction than the foolishness you were going to talk about originally.
That's right.
Again, it just I was out doing snow this morning. If somebody walks in my house, they ain't going to come in. People don't just walk in my house invited anyways. But if I go somewhere and somebody wants to talk to me about the snow, I'm going to walk away from them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wait, I ain't talking about the snow. Like, you want to talk about the snow? It's a big deal. We're in Nova Scotia. It snows all the time too much. And you think that it's a big deal because it's snowing? Are you not ready for the snow? Do you not have a snow shovel? Did you not get ready for the weather? You had plenty of time to prepare for this. It's not uncommon for it to snow this time of year. It's not the conversation I want to have. But these conversations that can actually make a person feel better inside, release some tension.
Brother, I know
I'm all for it.
It's done that for me. And then when I watch yours, Rob, I'm like, man, you know, when you cried in that, I laid down on the floor, brother, and there was no bad, cold, hurt. It was like I cried right with you. From the minute you cried, I cried, and it was one of the best cries I had in a long time. There was so much healing in that I got up where I had some bounce in my step. I wasn't heavy laden and staggering, and I'm like, ooh, like, man, I really needed that, right? And it was almost like we did it together because I wasn't going to cry that hard until I seen yours, and I said, okay, it's all right. It's all right. But I didn't carry it like I usually carried it. And then I didn't hold my breath like I would usually hold my breath because boys ain't supposed to cry. And I didn't have that after effect like carrying some weight or something. Like it was real light, real easy.
How to release.
And I am sorry again and again and again that you had to go through what you had to go through to get to that moment. But to me, and maybe it's just me, it was worth it. Did it release something in you? Was you feeling any kind of better after that happened, or was it still heavy on you?
I've watched that at least 5 or 6 times, and every time I've watched it, when it got to there, I've cried.
Mm-hmm.
But why was I crying? Because of that gentleman sitting there the things I said, if people would see how you're dealing with this, if they would see what I need to be around trusting people, people that can show me something. And then what I'm crying is like, I don't really have that. And then where I have it, I don't have it enough. The stuff that you want to show me, the stuff that you want me to be a part of, I already tested and know it's garbage. So where am I going to go and be safe? Where am I going to go and be vulnerable? Nowhere. Then I guess I'll create my own space. And I'll do it myself. With men like you, and we'll talk. And we'll share. We'll chop it up. And we'll sharpen each other to get stronger and better. Hey, what do we got to lose, man?
Nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Everything to gain.
Now, if we were sitting here spewing some venoms or had some ulterior motive or some secret agenda, no good to have the conversations, no talk. But my armor's off, you know. I will really try to be the best version of me for me and for the people I love and care about. And I care about more than myself inside of my community. And when I say community, I'm going beyond Nova Scotia because I know some folks from everywhere, right? And I won't see them all in one day, or 1 month, 1 year, but I'll just hold on to just knowing that I finally, in all of my life, I'm finally to where I'm better than okay. I'm good, and I'm going to work on being better.
Yeah, man.
That's all I can do, brother.
Yeah.
That's all I can do. But I'm doing it.
You are doing it, man. You're doing it.
I'm doing it. I just know that there's room for improvement in all areas of my life.
One of the reasons I definitely know you're doing it because when you had a couple drinks, you wanted to hide it from me. When you want to hide something, not because you were being sneaky, because
Thanks for that.
but because you knew you could do better.
That's right.
And when you get people around you that you want to put your best foot forward for, then they help you to be better.
There you go, brother.
When you're around someone that when they call you, they drunk. What's the matter if you're drinking? But when you're talking to somebody with a sober mind, and you want to kind of be in that place as well. And you're doing it, man.
Thank you, brother. And
You're
I
doing
know I am. And I mean, it's a good acknowledgement to know I'm not doing it alone.
No.
Not anymore, you know what I mean? That's why we're here, right? That's why we're here. I'm not doing it alone.
It's definitely easy to walk with someone when you're going the same way. You know, people may not walk as fast as the other person, but you're going the same way. You can look back and check on them a little bit. Say, keep coming, and I'm nothing to brag about, but I'm definitely want to give a message to people like me, the ones that were going to be left behind, stomped on, put in jail forever, throw away the key. You're still here. We're still here. And we are the strong ones. We are the ones that can help bring most of the change. Why? Because we're real. We don't have to be phony. Once we get over our own way, just be real.
And there's it's like a slow discipline that comes over time, right? So that's how I think of it, of the journey. It's a slow discipline. Things will be added to us. But we got to be steadfast. We got to stay the course, no matter what, right? We got to stay the course. And again, I mean, I'd hurt some folks, and I understand where, how, and when for the most part. And I forgive myself for what I've done. Before, I was just searching for their forgiveness. But now I search for my forgiving myself.
Yeah, that's a big one.
You know, and that was always hard to do because I did never really feel worthy.
Yeah.
I did never feel worthy. And I will say, without names, that guy we talked about.
If the guy in jail that got killed.
No, the guy with with the pillow there.
Okay.
You remember that talk?
Yeah, I asked you how you would feel that with you in that situation. Yeah. Because a gentleman told it to me, and it hit me hard. Because I know a lot he went through, and not feeling wanted, not feeling like he could achieve much or amount to much. He told me about a time he was young, just a kid, that someone close to him tried to smother him. And he had to pretend he was dead so they would stop. And when he told me that, man, it hurt me. I'm saying, how in the hell? How is a person survive that? The people that's supposed to love you are trying to take you out. How are you going to trust anybody? I mean, how would you feel like if you were ever in that situation, man?
Could I say?
Could you say what?
Could I say the truth of what that was?
I think people know.
Okay.
You know
we'll
what?
leave it
Most
like-
people that are intelligent know the
Okay.
truth of what that was.
Okay.
And that's what we talk about. You
Okay.
tried to protect somebody, and you're still trying to do it, not saying their name. You say, can I say? Can I say? We don't want to say their names
That's right.
because we don't want to give them the power. But
That's right.
we just wanted them to know how that kid felt after that situation. We don't want to make you feel overly guilty about the guilt that you should feel for the path that you help him go on, because we're sure you were having your own problems as well. And
Many of them.
and that person gets that. You know, didn't your daughter figure out what you were talking about?
That's right. That's what matters and who
Yeah.
matters, brother.
She figured it out.
That's what I mean.
And she-
That is the elegance. That is the beauty. That is what is required in conversations, the give and take, the tug and pull, but without overexposing,
Yeah.
without offending, without hurting. So once again, you're wise in many ways.
Yeah.
Many ways.
I mean, and I apologize for the difficulties it brought you.
You
But
don't
I-
have no
but it-
apology necessary, bro,
but it-
because it's freeing, it's liberating.
But I felt some kind of way about it because I seen so much of what's really wrong with this dude. That's not a cool situation, and for someone to still want to make you feel bad about your truth.
Many two on two, but I built up very thick skin and a resistance to that type of behavior and action, right? I can't control what people are going to say, what people are going to do, what people are going to feel like, be like. But I used to think I could. You know, if I do this, you'll stop.
But you
know
have
what
no
I mean?
ill intent against nobody.
And I don't. I really don't. I just want to
That's
be
the
left
truth.
alone in peace to just fulfill what I believe I can do before leaving here.
Yeah.
And I just I want peace. And we talked about it, and one day I said, Rob, I want peace like this, and I want peace like that, and I want peace like that. I must list about 5 peace. And you say to me, well, why are you separating peace? You just want peace. And I'm like, man, here you go again. You making too much sense for me, but I like it, right? So give me more, right? So it's really real.
I need to
brother.
separate it.
Yeah,
That's what we want.
yeah,
And
man.
we've all had some struggles, you know, people that come before us, they had their problems. And we all need help in some way or another. But when you get strong enough, realize that all the help you need is in you. Forgive yourself, love yourself, trust yourself, and want good for yourself. Some things you got to leave alone, even if you love them. That don't mean you hate them.
Tell me what that thing is again about the.
What's that?
I said to you, I said, Rob, I overcome drugs, alcohols, a lot of things, and I don't want to give that cigarette up though, and I know it's bad for me, but I gotta hold on to something. And you said something that was very clear, and I get the gist of it. But I was still holding on to that one little thing, that cigarette. I mean, I got to still eat better and exercise and stretch and take care of self. But boy, why wouldn't I give that cigarette up? Because you think it'd be easier to give up the cigarette and all that other stuff, right?
I don't know exactly what I said, and oftentimes I talk to my wife, or if something comes out that's real, I won't remember it because it didn't. Sometimes it didn't come from me; it came from it. Your Most High. My Most High is it.
And when you said it, it was so crystal clear. I'm like, man, I wish I could write that down or record that somehow, right?
But
maybe it was just meant for
I can
what
say
it was
right now,
meant
and
for.
listening to you say that, sometimes we hold on to things because that's how we see ourselves. We don't see ourselves good enough to let it go. We got to hold on to something that ain't no good for us because we don't believe in ourselves enough to be that good. To be, no, we don't got to say righteous, but to be that good. Like, I might as well smoke. I'm going to die someday. That's just foolishness. Quit smoking, and if you die, anyway, let it be the next day. It don't got to be the day. You know what I mean? The things we do to change our mind will strengthen and change our life.
I don't know that it's people say, oh, the truth hurts. I don't know that it's the truth by itself that hurts, because the truth is somewhat liberating and freeing, but it's the non-acceptance of the truth or the acceptance of the truth that might be what's really hurting some folk, right? But there's some way in around that too, right?
The hardest battle I ever had to fight, and I've won it, was coming face to face with myself and defeating myself. My pride, my greed, my fear, my jealousy. Because when I get a thought now, I see thoughts going through. I'm learning to choose this one and go with that one. Speak it up my mouth, have those actions. Because if I grab that thought, I'm going to speak it up my mouth and have them actions, but it's going to put me back in jail. It's gonna, my money's gonna be gone.
We're back to a miserable position,
and
unwelcome position.
I just wanna, like you want. I just want to be peaceful in everything. My finances, my relationships, my eating, my exercise. I just want peace.
Yes.
And if you're coming with if you're unpeaceful, if you're coming with foolishness, I can see you coming, and you're not gonna get in my circle. That doesn't mean I don't care about you, but I'll talk to you outside the fence. Just talk to you from over there. I'll talk to you from these cameras. Hear me here. I'm not. Life is good. Life is good, Jason.
It truly is, and I'm starting to see more and more of it, right?
Life is good. Just got a call from my son this morning, a FaceTime. He practiced with CFL players yesterday, catching the ball for them and stuff. We're hoping he gets drafted, or not drafted, signed this year. I mean, life is good.
That's right.
And, he's not calling me. He's not in jail. He's not in the hospital. He's not sick. He's calling me, telling me about his day yesterday, and he's getting ready to go do something today exciting. And me and his mother could be a part of that, helping that happen for him. Man, that puts pleasure on
Yes, sir.
And I got other children doing stuff. That's great. I got my daughter helping me with this. She takes all the credit for it.
Rightfully so. She
ain't ready to take all the credit, but she loves to take all the credit, and I love her for it, man. She's doing a great job, helping me with this, and I got other daughters doing stuff, with their hair and starting a business. I got other daughters going to school and drawing, getting into acting and stuff. I got other sons playing football and putting up with me. I got other sons trying to start their own business.
That is good.
Everybody is doing something. I got other daughter taking another course from home to do something with her life. Everybody's trying to do something.
Despite all life's challenges, they doing something.
Everybody's trying to do something.
Trying.
Yeah. And they're going to do it.
I got a call from my daughter yesterday or last night. She was telling me of some of her medical things. It's not as big. She picked an attitude. She knew that she would have to pick an attitude just to get through it. So she's getting through it really well, and that's good, right? And then she told me my little fella Jackson, he is 11. He's going to the Valentine's dance.
Okay.
He's got a little
He got a date.
girlfriend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
date.
so he get ready. That's good, right? And it's just nice to watch them develop, and you know they're going to go through things in life. And nobody wants their children to really be vulnerable at all, but you got to be to a point. And I think of it, and I say to my kids, let's hope there's never going to be a fire, but just in case, we're going to practice this fire drill. So if it were to happen, at least you're going to know what to do. Or have an option. You're going to have the skills you're going to need for life. Whether you use them or not is up to you.
Right.
But your dad's going to be here to help you with that.
And you got a lot of wisdom. You got a lot of experiences. And if you can keep that open relationship
Yes,
with your
sir.
kids to have that conversation, you know, my relationship with my kids are good, but I want them to get even better. You know, especially with some that don't talk to me as much. I love them.
I got to tell you, that is my greatest joy, my children, and being a part of their life and living with them and them loving their daddy the way
Yeah.
they do
Feels
despite
good, doesn't
all
it?
my faults. It really does.
It feels good.
And the leaders lead by example. And I was in Burnside for a minute. My back was broken, and I had to be detained for a moment. And I called my son enough times through the phone, and he was wondering where I was, and it never hit me till later. I say it with good humor, but it hurt. It don't hurt now because I can laugh at it, of course, and I wouldn't say it. I said, Jaden, or Jackson, do you know my name? Your name's Jackson Diamond Lee James. Do you know my whole name? He said, yeah. I said, what is it then? And I'm figuring he really doesn't know it. Jason Wayne Burnside. I said, oh, sure.
That's your name?
No. That's what I had to say to the recording thing from Burnside. They had me out there with a broken back. So he answered the phone sometime, press 1, and he thought that was my real name.
Because it says
Because I take
call from Jason
It's from Jason Wayne at Burnside.
and Burnside.
Or from Pictou or Cape Breton or whatever institution
I see.
you're at,
I see you smiling, but I also see.
But it's sad that it
That's
had
sad.
to be in
That's sad that he.
That's right.
But
now
I'm glad
gotta
you
correct
corrected.
that
I'm glad
so
you
that
correct.
never comes again. You see
Because that's
what
how
I'm saying?
that's how a kid mind
Right.
absorbs stuff.
Right.
That. Oh
Right.
man, that's a big point you picked up on there, man.
Yes.
And there's many guys calling their kids from jail, and that's what they're hearing. That's what they're hearing. And kids need to be taught stuff and showed stuff.
That's
we can't
right.
assume that they know.
And I said to him, I say, Jax, Daddy ain't gonna let that happen no more. And he said, it's okay, Dad. I said, no, it ain't. Daddy ain't gonna let that happen. If Daddy's away, it's only because I'm away working or working at something, right? Daddy's not gonna do that. So I'll never be the leader in his life if I don't hold true to the responsibility and example I'm supposed to be setting.
Can I say something? And don't take it the wrong way.
I ain't taking it the wrong way.
Don't look to be the leader in his life. Just look to be someone in his life that's trustworthy, that's there when he needs you. Because there's many. If I think my kids are just gonna follow me and listen to me, then I'm foolish. I just hope that people everybody they get around adds something to their life.
Okay.
Now, as their father, you want them to know you're their father and you're there. But when we as people got to come to understand that we got to be the leader of ourselves because we had decent parents that help us recognize ourselves and right from wrong and how to live a good life. So don't burden yourself with trying to be his leader.
Well, yes, and that is
Just be there for him.
That's right. The good correction. I don't mind being wrong. Good correction. I will take that. But when I think of a leader, maybe it's why I said it, maybe it's not.
Okay.
But when I think of a leader, I don't think of someone being the strongest, the loudest, standing in the front. When I think of a leader, I think a leader makes the people around them
Better.
better. I should have said that with the leader. But maybe I was thinking like that old thing. Well, I'm the parent, you're the child, right? So
That's what I said it to you, not just because we're on camera, because that's how we talk.
that's right.
We correct each other. Not
That's
really
right.
correct. We give each other another way to
That's
look
right.
at it
That's right.
and to make a
You're
decision.
pouring into my cup. You're not
Yeah.
pouring bad
Yeah.
measure to me.
Yeah,
You're
so-
pouring good measure.
I'm not your leader.
That's right.
I'm your friend.
That's right.
I'm your friend.
That's
Not your
right.
leader. Jason, this has been a lovely sit down. We're going to
Always.
go out there, eat the wings and whatever food's cooked out there, and we might come back in and keep talking.
Okay.
But if we don't today, and it's been lovely to sit here and
Yes,
talk
sir. Yes,
to
sir.
you. Oh, I just remember.
What is
I
it?
got to offer you the base challenge. I know what you said on the way here,
Well-
but you want to?
Let me see. One of my. Oh, you know what? The shower this morning, brother. I know I pulled something back
Oh,
here,
Lord.
so I'm gonna have to come back. That's a lie.
I know that's a lie.
You caught me. I didn't expect the challenge, so I got to be ready now. So if you
Yeah.
give me the next time.
All
We'll
right.
see you in the next
The
time.
truth of the matter is,
You know?
we already knew you were going to deny the challenge. You already said you wasn't doing it, so we know that. But I got to give
know?
everyone on here the chance to
Okay.
take my $1,000.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah,
Well, if I get it halfway up, do I get half the $1,000?
hell no. The whole completion,
That's right.
completion is the goal.
Well, I'm eating better.
it's not easy
I'm
sometimes. It's
thinking
not easy
better.
sometimes.
I'm going to train harder. I'm
Okay.
going to come get that money.
Okay.
I'm going to come get that
It'll be
money.
here for you.
I'm going to come get that money.
Love you, Jason.
Love you, buddy.
Stay tuned to Base Talks, and I'm going to try to get this word right. Subscribe. Push the button. I'm Base.
All I can do is give you love. You gotta make them hard choices for yourself. Them hard choices. You gotta tell yourself that's enough. You gotta tell yourself no. You gotta tell yourself I quit. You gotta tell yourself you gotta be your own boss. You gotta be your own boss. You gotta be your own boss.
I feel you, man. Listen, thanks for the talk, bro. I appreciate it. I'll see you soon, okay?
Thanks for calling me, man.
No,
but
thank you. All right, man.